This is Reverend Pam Geagan from the Center for Spiritual Living, Pleasant Valley in Camarillo, California. And it's wonderful to be with you this morning for the Rumi meditation on breathing deeply. And so as we begin, I just want to tell you what we're going to do today, share with you what I would like to do today, is we're going to learn obviously about how the breath of God is breathing us through Rumi's eyes and his poems, but also I'll be doing a breathing meditation to begin with. So I think the best thing to do is to begin at the beginning. So we're going to start with that breathing meditation. As I put my earphones in. Okay. Okay, so with that breathing meditation, we will begin to just relax in, and then I'll be sharing more about what Rumi's view was of breathing. So I want to just begin, and then as we go within, I'll tell you more about Rumi. But I just want you to know that the breath of God is breathing you, and the heart of God is loving you, and the joy of God is joying you. That's from a song. And so let us just, and also that Rumi's focus, and you'll see this during this meditation, his major focus was always on love, and the love that connects us into that deeper place. And so most of Rumi's poems are about breathing deeply. And so I just ask for you to just relax in, and we're going to start with that wonderful light coming from the crown. And I'm going to ask you to start, we're just going to start with our 3 breaths, breathing in with God is on the in-breath, I am on the out-breath. And we're going to be asking you to breathe deeply during this. But we're asking you to breathe into the entire awareness of your body on the in-breath and on the out-breath. And so as you breathe in, right here and right now, relaxing in with the neck and the shoulders and the head, and breathing deeply into your chest expands through the nose, and on the out-breath through the mouth. Just relaxing in your neck, your shoulders, and feeling that wonderful energy going down, 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 down the face, relaxing the jaw, relaxing everything. With those deeper breaths. And as you are breathing in and breathing out, just be aware of your body as you feel your whole body exhaling in. Feel every cell in your body. And as you breathe out, excuse me, and as you breathe out, Feel every cell just absolutely in your whole body, the whole feeling nature of your body expand out. And let yourself dissolve and merge into the outer world. Feel your gratitude for being alive with every breath. Let's keep breathing in and breathing out into the neck, the shoulders, down the arms, the hands. And we're going to breathe into the vertebrae, vertebrae by vertebrae. And with each breath, feel the gratitude for being alive, for having life and given to you so beautifully, so freely. And with each and every moment in the air you breathe, be aware of that freedom. So on the in-breath, aware of the freedom of the breath, and the out-breath, the gratitude of being able to breathe freely. As we continue to breathe, send that energetic presence in the breath outward to the world, for it is the natural feeling state of someone in love. And now as that light goes down your body, opening the heart, the solar plexus, the sacral, the root chakra, down the legs and the thighs, that wonderful light filling your body with each breath. Feel that love. That energy going down the knees, the calves, the ankles, and down the feet, down into that middle earth. And finally, having that energy come all the way back up, as you breathe it in and allow your breath with awareness to let you relax in even further, allowing the awareness and subtle movement of the breath as you visualize it and feel it land between each and every vertebrae of the spine. Every time you inhale and exhale. And as you breathe in, the spine lengthens effortlessly along its curves. And as you breathe out, it rocks back down. Just breathing in. Love is found in the release of the holding. As you hold and then let go. And breathing naturally. Getting your own rhythm there. Allow the force of the breath, each and every breath, to breeze through you, however it wants you to submit to its loving presence. The state of the breath, submitting itself to the oneness of love, is the state of a body in full grace, which Rumi believed can be ours when we want it. It is not some kind of condition that you evolve into and then rest in the remainder of your life. He says it needs to be earned, and every breath you take breathing in on this breath and then out on the next. Bringing a breathing practice into the awareness of your body, awakening your body into its full, beautiful life. Is Rumi's recommendation for drawing ecstasy closer. And just relax in. As I share the history of the awareness of the importance of breathing. Breathing is universal, so it is easy to forget about it totally until we can't do it anymore. Then it takes on the symbolism of life itself. We take special note of words that are carried on our final breaths. Sometimes we even cherish the physical substance of the breaths themselves. There is a story about Henry Ford kept a glass test tube of air in his home for many years, and inside the tube was said to be a sample from the last breath of his late friend and fellow inventor, Thomas Edison. It is said those tubes of air were left open in the air of the room by Edison's deathbed. And beyond the science, beyond the knowing that the same amount of air is on the planet, and breath is on the planet that has been here since the beginning of time on this planet. So literally the breath of God we are breathing, and we are breathing all of the sages, all of the ages, from Krishna to Jesus to Buddha. All of that air, all of that wonderful breath of life is the air we breathe And when relaxing in, like now, we allow, in the allowing of the breath easily in and out, to be breathing us. And all of this, all of the wisdom, the books of wisdom talk about the breathing in of life. In Genesis, it is said, Yahweh, God, fashioned humanity from the dust of the ground and breathed it into its nostrils. And so, the breathing of life was that humanity became a living breath. Metaphorically, living breath, the living breath, does not receive its soul identity until it becomes a living breath. And the breath of God breathing us is part of the creative action of God. Rumi believed that the most important food our body needs is the oxygen in the air we breathe. We can live without solid food for months and go without water for days. But when oxygen is taken from us, even for a few minutes, the body dies and we move on to that next plane of existence. And as critical as oxygen is for our survival, many of us suppress our breath. And we actually withhold the breath available to our lungs. And how do we do this? We do it by holding the body in stillness and tenseness. And just continue to breathe in as I speak. And in holding back our breath, we hold back ourselves. And the breath, which is taken in when we are relaxed, fills our lungs and is mirrored in our bodies and throughout our lives. And you can see that relaxed breath, breathing a baby. In sleep, movements of the baby's breath can be seen passing through the entire beautiful body in a restful, peaceful, relaxed sleep. Continue relaxing in with your breathing gently. And as we grow older, we learn from those around us who bring their tenseness and their anxiety into their bodies by holding their breaths. And what are we afraid of surrendering to? When we breathe that breath of God breathing us, and then let it go. Shallow breathing, Rumi knew, did not ensure an adequate continued life. For shallow breathing was not enough to nurture the ecstasy, ecstatic life of the soul. So holding our breath comes with a high price tag. When we don't breathe deeply and freely, our vitality suffers. We lose touch with our wonderful bodily sensations. And many times we end up trapped in a mind that is chattering, the monkey mind. When we're able to relax and free up the restriction of our breathing, we begin to surrender to each breath, allowing us to breathe us however it wants. So just take a few moments now and just let your breath guide you in its energizing process, connecting you with the ecstasy of the oneness of the love divine. And in these quiet moments, as our mind stills and the voices within quiet down, the sensations, the beautiful sensations of the deepest soul in us comes out to play. Our breath can free us, but it can only do that when we become consciously aware to breathe deeply. And this wasn't a beginning that Rumi addressed and revealed to the world. Breathing techniques have been used throughout all of the history of healings and teachings and spirituality. Different techniques of breathing as tools for spiritual awakening came from the Buddhists and the Taoists, who have always used breathing techniques to alter consciousness and live longer. The East Indian science of pranayama focuses slowly on breathing and exercises and an essential path and part of yogic practices. You can find workshops on how to breathe, such as rebirthing workshops, holotropic breath work. You'll find other workshops on how to take long, slow, deep breaths, others that ask you to breathe in rapid bursts. Some ask you to just breathe through your nose, others tell you to breathe through your mouth, and some tell you to do both. Some tell you to hold your breath and pause between inhalation and exhalation. All of the practices, however, guide us to be aware and pay conscious attention to our breath and explore by tapping into its power. For it is one of the most extremely effective ways to deepen our souls. Most of Rumi's poets about breathing deeply reflect who Rumi was, for they're mainly about the breath of love. Sometimes in his poets, he honors Jesus and speaks of him because he viewed Jesus as the great teacher of love. And for Rumi, love was both the source and the goal of all spiritual unfoldment. So I close as you continue to breathe. With some of Rumi's poems expressing his love and breathing deeply. Wherever you are, in whatever circumstances you find yourself, strive to be the lover if you want to protect your heart. Remember God in every breath you take. Love is the force of attraction that draws us to complete ourselves, to union with another. He understood what the breath of love might be like. for all. And he emphasized that love always begins by loving and accepting the self. And not at all surprisingly, this act of self-acceptance are breathed right directly into the energies of the beloved. The beloved. Loving yourself is the beginning of the opening you feel and every time you breathe, the beloved divine can be met and pursued in deep energies of the body. And the impress that allows you to feel that breath of life, breathing you. Just keep breathing in and out into the awareness of your entire body. Feel every cell in your body alive, awake, and be grateful for feeling this state of gratitude. Now in the silence, don't even try to describe the water and pearl in his ocean. Really diving into the seat and into the water. Hold your breath. Hold your breath, he wrote. Everyone worships the divine's love. The universe is in your hand. In one breath. So we breathe in, we become drunk in your temple. And in another breath, we fall into your dreaminess. Learn how to touch the soul in every breath you take and watch yourself turn into the Messiah. We are engulfed by the soul sea. In every breath we take. If that's not so, then why do these waves keep coming, one after the other, from the ocean of the heart? Every breath you take makes one of two choices. You either surrender to your soul or struggle with doubt. Now as we come back and we hear my voice, I thank you for being with me. This is a very long meditation and a very long time talking about the breath of God breathing us. And I invite you to join me tomorrow about moving freely. Tomorrow's Rumi's take on moving freely in his spiritual disciplines of connecting him and allowing him to be at one with the allness of the nothingness of the divine spirit. So as we go to the great beyond within tomorrow, until then, peace out, namaste. I love each and every one of you. God is the power and presence behind it all. Mwah! Have a blessed day.